Hi all, thank you so much for joining this webinar. Today we shall be presenting our product is called OnceDrive. My name is Vasily and I'm an OnceDrive product owner. I will give you a short introduction to the product, after which my colleague shall give you a demonstration. The webinar will be 45 minutes in duration, and there shall be a 10 minutes Q&A session after this. If you have any questions, you can write them to us using chat, and we will answer these questions after the demonstration. If you have any technical issues, please let us know, and we will do our best to resolve them. So, OnceDrive is a multi-language, multi-currency business management solution that helps small and mid-sized companies worldwide manage their accounting and finances, supply chain, and operations. Our customers start with a standard product, which are customizable depending on the changing needs of the customers. OnceDrive is sold, implemented, and supported by a global network of solution consultants called partners. These local partners will meet these customers to discuss their requirements and can then create a quote depending on the needs of the customer. Ultimately, the price of solution depends on specific functionality needs, the number and types of users who will be accessing in the systems, and the needed implementation support. OnceDrive comes with a wide range of functionalities that will provide some great opportunities for deployment, supporting business processes, and enhancing businesses' productivity within the organization. The research and development priority for OnceDrive are defined through extensive consultations with customers and partners, as well as through collaboration across product teams serving the needs of small and mid-sized businesses. We ensure that our partners easily can build their local and vertical solutions on OnceDrive to address specific needs. We already have several local versions in different countries, which contains features which are compliant with global standards and local legal requirements. We have a dedicated team for helping our partners to implement their first projects and build their vertical and country-specific products based on OnceDrive. And I'm glad to introduce you to Elena, the implementation manager. Elena shall now show us the core functionality of OnceDrive, so you can make your own impressions.
Hi, everyone. Today we'll give you an overview of functionality that OnceDrive offers small and medium-sized businesses to help them manage and control their key processes. We'll start with the main catalogs, and then we'll go through key process functionality. We'll see CRM, sales, purchases, warehouse, production and service, finance and accounting. And we'll wrap up our discussions with applicable settings that let you customize your OnceDrive working environment. So first in our list, main catalogs. Let's move to OnceDrive demo version. Yes, here it is. You see the main page. Sorry. So here we see the main page. Homepage of OnceDrive offers us a list of business pulse reports. And here we see the menu tab with core processes we've listed earlier, and analysis and settings menu. So to access our catalogs, we'll go to company menu, and into enterprise group, we'll choose all catalogs. So we'll start with the company's catalog. Those are our companies for which we keep accounting in OnceDrive. Let's have a look at best computers, for example, just to get acquainted with OnceDrive user interface style. So we see the name of the catalog, the set of tabs which allow us to quickly access all connected catalogs, some additional information and reports. Here's some action buttons. And below we see a list of attributes which are grouped together on separate tabs for the user convenience. So the general information, addresses and phone numbers. Here you see the plus phone and address link, and you can use it to add as many phones and addresses as needed. Let's go to logo and print page. Here we can upload the logo for our company, and it will appear in print forms that we prepare and send to our customers. So that's it about company's catalog. We won't save changes. And we'll move to products catalog. So this is one of the most important catalogs in OnceDrive. Here we keep and store our products, which are goods and works and services that we buy, sell, provide, or produce. We'll search for Workstation Pro 30N, and let's have a look at it. So here again, a typical user interface style of OnceDrive. The description. Here you see what products type we differentiate between in OnceDrive: inventory, service works, and operations, which are needed for production in particular. The general information tab. We can upload the picture of our product here. Accounting settings, storage and replenishment. Those settings are important if we want to use demand planning tool for our inventory. Here you see the use buttons, group of buttons, and there's the extended accounting details which are available for us in OnceDrive. For example, let's go to the link characteristics at the top of the product card, and see what kind of characteristics are available for Workstation. Those are colors, but it can also be size or material that the product is made of, anything that you need. So batches, usually those are production batches, and sometimes we need to keep track of those if we need to know what product belongs to each batch. For example, to track expiration dates of products. And the third detail is serial numbers. Well, those are serial numbers which we need to account for our Workstation Pro N. Let's open it again. So here's another tab, additional attributes. And if we open it, it looks like there's nothing interesting for us here, but it's so counterintuitive because here lies a huge potential for your customization. We can add whatever attributes are needed for us, and we don't see them in OnceDrive. Let us see how we can do it. We press that set up additional attributes links. We'll open product folder, and we want to add attributes to all products in catalog. So I press create button, and here lets us create a new attribute. We'll call it intergroup trade. It will take yes, no values. So we'll use a Boolean type, press OK, save and close. We'll close additional attributes window. And all we need to do now is update the form, and here it is. So let us check intergroup trade, checkbox, save and close. We'll clear the filter, and let us open another product just to see how well our additional attributes work, and here it is. So we've we've gone through the catalogs, which are, sorry, there's a bit of difficulty. Yeah, which we went through companies and products. And let's move to counterparties and contracts. Counterparties are placed in counterparties groups. Here we store our customers, suppliers, and other counterparties. Those can be tax authorities or the banks from which we borrow our funds. The list of counterparties. And let's search for our favorite customer, Playa Düsseldorf. Yeah, here it is. Let's have a look at it. Since Playa Düsseldorf is our customer, we see key sales indicators here, which updates online. We can quickly access any of those and see related data. Here's company details, legal data, and contact information. And you see at the bottom, plus contact link, and we can add as many contacts as needed. On the right, we see the details, again, the type of relationship, billing details that set up the level of detailization of accounting records. And let's go through the links at the top of the customer card. We'll see contacts, bank accounts, shipping addresses. You see how it is easy to access all the related information, and contracts. So contracts are pretty important if we have actual contract that rule our relationship with the customer. Let's have a look at it. So the parties and the general information pretty much like in any contract. And here we have the billing tab where we set pricing and payment terms. You see we set wholesale price, discount type, and we'll link, if we press this link, we'll open payment terms and conditions. So here they are. Well, those settings are very important because they are later automatically used when we try to create sales or other business transactions connected with this customer. Okay, and here you see counterparties GL accounts. You will see GL accounts links very often throughout OnceDrive. Those are the default settings for general ledger accounts. So many transactions post their entries directly to general ledger. And here we have the default settings for the transactions. And if you need to adjust them or to change them, you do so just here. So that's it for the counterparty. We went through companies, products, counterparties, contracts. So we now all set up to move to key processes. And as we mentioned before, there are CRM, purchases, sales, finance and accounting. And we'll start with CRM. In CRM module, we have leads management, we have customers catalog, campaigns, and let's have a look at OnceDrive. CRM menu, well, we just see what we've seen before, leads, customers, campaigns. Some events management is available for us. So leads are our potential customers, which we want to convert and to make them and to win them to become our customers. So here we can create leads manually. We can upload lists of leads from external files because there are numerous channels our leads come from. Then we can change campaign or assign activities and sales representative for them. And we're ready to move to a Kanban board, which OnceDrive uses as a very convenient tool to manage our tasks. I press button here, and we go to a Kanban board. Here we can easily manage our actions by dragging and dropping the customer cards. And when our customer, or when our lead, not yet a customer, is ready to make a decision, we can process them immediately in this processing area. We can delete, reject, but hopefully convert our lead into customer. Let's do that, just that. I'll drag and drop our leads in this area, and we'll wait for OnceDrive to process. Yes, here there we see that our lead was converted into customer and was added to customer's catalog. There are also reports that are available in CRM module, sales pipeline, sales funnel, etc. Let's open sales pipeline just to have a look at how it works. Yeah, here it is. So this is the core functionality of CRM module. And our next module is sales module. Here we see the list of documents that we can use. Those are quotations, sales orders, goods issues to dispatch goods, sales invoices, account sales from consignees that support consignment sales, tax invoices for VAT invoices, credit notes. It is important to know that OnceDrive offers us very flexible process flow. So OnceDrive supports many-to-many document connections, and you can choose whatever documents you needed. It is not necessary to use all of them. You just choose what your business requires and process them in the order that is suitable for your business activity. Let's have a look at OnceDrive. We'll go to sales module. Here are our documents. And you see that sales orders and sales invoice are marked as favorite. So sales invoice is a very basic document. We can't do much of sales without sales invoice. I hope you agree. And we also recommend sales orders to use them because they let us use enhanced functionality of OnceDrive. Let's have a look at the sales orders journal, where we keep our documents. So this is a filter area, some action buttons. And here you see the icons for statuses that let you quickly assess what's going on with the sales orders. And if you forget what each icon means, here's the status legend reference. Yeah, for your help. So we see here dispatch status, payment status, and we see whether or not the order is closed. We can create sales orders manually from the scratch. Let's see how it works. Here it is. So we have to fill it till the end, but we won't do it now. We'll just have a look at one of the orders of our favorite customer, Clear Düsseldorf. We've seen the Counterparties card before. So let's open this order. So you see again the typical user interface, and it also pretty much resembles the structure of the actual paperback sales order. There's the header, the products table, and the totals line. We also see some additional information, payment terms, delivery condition, some additional details. You will see the link that gives us access to prices and currency window where we can set prices and currency. And you will see, and you see that this is pretty much the settings that we defined in the contract details. So they are used automatically right here. And there is also a list of new action buttons in sales order. Let's have a look at them. Print button, which give us access to list of available print forms for sales orders. Let's make order confirmation. Yeah, here it is. Looks like that. You see that the upper right corner is empty a little bit. But if we had uploaded the logo for our company, it would appear here. So it is now empty, but it can be filled with your personalized logo. Next button is debit, credits. Those are the entries that our document posts in database. We can do much with them. Just have a look and see what is going on. The next button, we do it in reverse order. So subordination structure. So here we will see the links of the current documents to other documents and its position in the sales order process, in sales process. And the last button we will have a look at is the generate button. It's a pretty powerful button because it shows us what next steps are available to us from sales orders point. Let's create sales invoice and see what happens. So sales invoice totally pre-filled based on sales order from which we generated it. Here it is. We can manually adjust some data if we need so, but only if it doesn't contradict with the sales order document. So for example, let us adjust the quantity, sorry. Yes. So here's advanced clearing tab where we can select which advances we want to cover. Payment terms and early payment discounts, you've seen that before, delivery term, additional information. So let's post the document. And no, it doesn't work as usual. Yeah, we say that we changed the product, we changed the details of the initial order. So we'll stop here just to show you that OnceDrive looks after our every activity and doesn't give us the chance to make a mistake. So we've let's get to our presentation. We've looked at sales orders, sales invoices. We discussed flexible process flow, and we'll now cover some functionality of discounts, price lists, and pricing tool. We'll go back to OnceDrive. I close all the windows. And here in sales menu, you see in catalogs group, discount types. So OnceDrive supports two major types of discounts: the manual discounts that are easy to handle, and we can manually adjust the results of discount application. So if we need to correct it manually, we can do that. And absolutely opposite time is automatic discount. They can be pretty sophisticated, have complex rules, and once they apply to all documents, and you have no chance to correct them manually. If you need to do so, you need to adjust the discount in this catalog. So you can say set different conditions and apply them to different products, provided to different customers, and you can set the schedule for your discounts. So that's the major functionality for discounts. Let's see price lists. Well, we all know what price lists are. And here we see the price list, what looks like a report. We can upload our prices from external files. In fact, everywhere you see this button, it means that you can upload data from external sources. Let's process price list. And as I mentioned before, it looks like it is a simple report. but it is so much more than that. We can print it, of course, and process it as a report, but we can also change details, which we see here. So if I double click this link, price window opens. I can adjust the price manually, save it, and we immediately see the updates. But it is a tedious task to change each price line by line. So OnceDrive offers us pricing tool, which you can see in pricing button. We press it, and here we see that we can update prices for all items in wholesale price price list. In our case, it's wholesale price. It can be everything else, and set rules and apply them in one step to all elements of price lists. So let's see what's next. So there's reports item that we have to look at, and you see that OnceDrive offers us list of reports that are related to sales activities. We'll look at available stocks, and see what's there. We'll generate reports. Yep. So here you see we set the date, and we can apply some filters. Here's the setup button, which let us again set filters, adjust sorting, and tune structure. Here we can add some columns or lines, so it is customizable. Here we see the button, if several versions of the same report are available to the user, we will see it here. So find button, and here you see this Sigma sign button. Let's see what it does. I will select a group of cells, press this button, and we see that OnceDrive processed and made some numerical analysis for these cells. It can be pretty handy. So next options are printing, saving report, and sending it to your colleagues. So we've just covered all key functionality for sales module, and we'll move to purchases. Well, it is important to note here that at this point, you know enough to consider yourself to be a confident OnceDrive user, because the documents and catalogs we've seen before, they work pretty much like any other catalog or document in OnceDrive. So the interface is very simple to use, it's very intuitive, and we are free to can go further. So the purchases, they actually are mirroring sales transactions. We see with a few additions here, the landed costs. We use them to compile total cost for our purchased inventories. And we use customs declaration if you purchase goods from cross-border suppliers. Let's have a look at OnceDrive purchases menu. Those are our documents. Again, purchases order, which we suggest you to use just because they give us more opportunities to analyze and process our purchase documents. And supply invoices, let's have a look at those. Again, the same list. Yeah, we will open one of the sales invoices just to have a look at it. Here's the service tab that you see. So we can enter service if they are provided together with the goods, and we can allocate costs here immediately if we need to do so. But what I wanted to show you is this more action button, and let's see what treasures are hidden there. So there is a number of functions you can perform, but we'll see in particular two of them: change form. So this is very powerful tool to customize the structure of the document. Here you can shuffle tabs and change sizes and adjust document form as you need. And another action is change set of additional attributes. Just like we did with the products catalog, when we added intergroup trade checkbox, we can add as many additional attributes to our supply invoice. And you see here many other documents that have the same option, and they will appear on additional information tab as well. So we've seen documents. Flexible process flow has the same features as we discussed for sales. And there are two very convenient tools: demand forecasting and demand planning in purchases module. Let's have a look at those. Demand forecasting works like that. OnceDrive analyzes sales, in our case for this year, and it analyzes the demand in inventory and suggests if we need or not some extra replenishment. And if you need, you can generate purchase order from this tool immediately. And demand planning works a bit differently. We analyze standing orders. Let's adjust dates from the 1st to the 30th and see it's production. We'll choose purchases. And here it is. So here we see that OnceDrive analyzed our standing orders. And on recommendations tab, we can see if there's any advice. Yes. So we have several options how to replenish our stock. And if we need, we can generate purchase orders directly from here. So the last item in our list is reports. You see again a list of reports available to the user. So that's it for the purchases module. Next in our list is warehouse management. We see that available documents are inventory transfers, intra-warehouse transfers, if you use storage bins, in the reservations, goods issue, receipts, and returns, and inventory stock taking. Let's have a look at that. So here we can prepare documents for our actual inventory stock taking. We can fill in the data according to accounting records. It will be card quantity. And once we check the amount in our warehouse, we fill in the counted quantity, or it can be uploaded from external file. OnceDrive computes the variance, and from here we can generate inventory increase and inventory write-off to process the proceeds of our inventory stock taking. And we see inventory increase and inventory write-offs right here. And again, list of reports connected to stock and inventory is right here. So we've seen through warehouse, and production and service are the next. For production, we have available production orders. Production, this is the document to register the actual production. Inventory transfers and cost allocations, which we need if we have some costs that need to be split up between different production documents. And in services, we have RMA requests. This is return merchandise authorization requests to handle claims from our customers, and work orders that we can use to both handle RMA requests or to perform usual works orders that arise in the standard course of business for us. And here we see the demand planning tool. In production, it works pretty much like that of purchases module. So we have that replenishment method production. It caused me troubles before, if you noticed. If not, that's okay. So again, recommendation orders. And we have some reports here. Let's have a look at the service. Yeah, here's the service menu. Catalogs, reports. Okay. So I hope you are here with us and not tired yet. We have 2 more major blocks to cover. So the last key process we'll discuss is the finance and accounting. Finance is where we handle our bank documents, cash in hand, cash flow, and loans. Let's have a look at it. We have our finances in cash management menu. Here are bank payments, cash in hand transactions. They are pretty clear, very straightforward. Payment calendar. Here we book our forecasts. And loan management. We register here loans borrowed and lended, and we can accrue interest, income, or expenses right here too. So the finances, we know they result in cash flows, and major cash flow reports are available to us in analysis menu. They're grouped under cash management. And let's see what's in payment calendar. Yeah, so this is the payment calendar. Let's have a look. Yes, that's it. And there are other reports available to us, both in cash management and in cash management group in analysis menu. So the final functionality we'll cover today is accounting, and it will start with accounting policy. We'll discuss primary charts of accounts, financial documents, fixed assets, and month-end closing procedure. So our finances are in company menu. In the enterprise group, we see accounting policy, where we define the accounting treatment for a certain type of transactions. Then primary chart of accounts. OnceDrive has ready and totally filled chart of accounts, which is used. And you can use that, or you can adjust it as needed for your own processes. And there are numerous GL account settings, default settings that you can make. Those are financial transactions. You can make adjustments, settlements, tax accruals, manual journal entries if needed. There is fixed assets group where we manage our fixed assets, and we have a list of transactions that are available to us. At the end of the month, we need to perform month-end closing. And OnceDrive offers us a convenient tool, that guides us through successive steps to successful closing. You can view report right here. So, and if there is any mistakes, you will be notified about them. but hopefully there will be none. Okay, so our accounting data goes to trial balance, which is available to us in analysis menu. We see trial balance reports, and find it in the balance sheet and profit and loss statement. So those reports are available to you. They can be adjusted. Well, there's not much we didn't, and yeah, we didn't do much in our demo base. And also we have a separate reports in our company menu. For example, there's dashboards for accounts receivable. Yeah, looks like that. So it's important to notice that even though there are reports for a particular module in every menu, we also have the analysis menu where some crucial reports are kept together. So let's get back to our presentation. We've looked through finance and accounting modules, and with this we finalized the discussion of key processes, and we have only one item left in our list. Those are settings. We've seen some of the very convenient tools throughout our presentation, but OnceDrive offers us a separate settings menu. Here we see accounting settings, application settings, and personal settings. And let's have a look at those. So accounting settings let us tune the functionality of each of the core modules we've looked through today. Oh, that's interesting. And you can also turn off and turn on entire modules using these settings. For example, if you don't need production subsystem, you switch off this checkbox and the whole functionality is hidden from you. And in case you need it at some point, you just turn it on. So we've discussed accounting settings, and we'll look at personal settings now. So there are user settings and user rights. Well, probably they will be managed by system administrator, and the ordinary user won't see them. But for us to know that they are there, we'll press current user, link, user info, and here we see user settings. Those are settings for a particular user, default values to be filled in documents and catalogs. And here we can define the behavior of OnceDrive. For example, you can set off advance payment automatically whenever you see advanced clearance tab. So this is the option for the user. And another kind of settings are user rights that give on a company level very flexible tool to rule the settings and to manage access of different employees to a particular type of data. And the last in our list, application settings. Application settings, we see a number of settings here. Some of them are very complex for those of us who does not have advanced degree in IT. But we will look through additional attributes and documents and catalogs. There is also a very powerful tool to use external data processes like price lists we've seen before, print forms, reports. But they are a little bit next level and beyond the scope of our presentation, but still it's nice to know that OnceDrive has to offer all current up-to-date tools that are out there. So we'll cover with you all the core processes, we'll discuss settings, we'll look at main catalogs. And the main takeaway from our presentation is that OnceDrive does support your key business processes. Offers you a variety of documents and tools and catalogs to process your business transactions. It gives you building blocks, and it's up to you what and how to build process flow from them. You may build it as you want and adjust it as needed. Thank you very much for your attention. That's all for the overview, and I pass word to Vasily.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for attention.